Okay, so I have a very strange idea which will probably not work, but it is worth a try. So I came up with an idea so that it's an art challenge where I get a random vegetable. As you can see here, I've got a random vegetable generator, and I'm going to hit the random button, and then I am going to create a character sort of based on that vegetable. So let's see what vegetable we get. Beet. Is that like a beetroot? Hang on, let me look up that. Let's look up beetroot. Beet. Brain rot. Beets, also known as beetroot, are garden vegetable, a root vegetable with a sweet, earthy flavor. They are a good source of vitamins, mineral, plant compounds, and can be enjoyed in various ways, including roasted, boiled, or even raw. Isn't that nice? It's got health benefits. It lowers my blood pressure. That's good. Um, oh, but they do hard pinkish and pink urine. Oh my gosh, pink pee, guys. Um, Pink piss. So yeah, I've got beat, so now I have to somehow come up with a character that that works with this. All right, let me cook. Let me cook. Hello. So immediately, I knew that I wanted to draw a DJ character because obviously beat like a beetroot, and then also like beats like music beats. And so that was my first idea, and I just really wanted to go with that. Um, I gave the character a rounder face because beetroots obviously are round, so I wanted to sort of portray that shape in the face as well as the body type. Um, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm probably drinking some sort of caffeine. So as you can see here, I'm just doing the what's it called? Basic anatomy shapes, nothing interesting, nothing special, but as you can see, yeah, I've gone for a very soft and round look. I can't do that on YouTube, you saw nothing. I might have to cut that out. Anyways, so as you can see here, I'm just doing the basic anatomy, and yeah, so she's going to be a DJ, that's all I know so far. But yeah, I was just getting in the basic poses, and then I was thinking of different ways we could implement that beetroot look. Obviously, her color scheme is going to be that. I guess it would be magenta, like a magenta and a green, obviously, for like the stem. So I was thinking we could use the green for like her clothes, maybe like a shirt or jacket. And then I also was thinking, obviously, the hair needs to be. Well, originally I go with a maroon, but then I change it to a green because it just better, what's the word? It better represents like the, you'll see in a second, it better represents like, because the leaves are obviously green on the top of a beetroot, so like the hair would be green as well. So as you can see here, I'm just getting in the expression. I gave her quite a happy mouth because she's like she's a DJ, she's performing. She's just doing her thing. Putting in the eyes, I gave her big, happy eyes, because this character's just a very soft, pleasant sort of presence, I'd say. So I gave her like a big eyes, a round nose, just very round features in total, just moving stuff around here till I get that face right. I'm pretty happy with the face immediately. Adding her eyebrows, giving her some thicker eyebrows. Yet again, it just sort of plays into the idea of what's going on here. Fuck. Then I fall asleep at the table, I guess. Just absolutely disappear. Anyways, I'm back now. I don't know what I was doing, but I'm back. I'm doing her headphones. So obviously, drawing those ears were useless because they're covered immediately. Delete your art. But yeah, I've never drawn headphones before, so this was the first time actually drawing headphones. I kind of move her around so I can better do stuff. And then I was thinking of different hairstyles, and I went with like tied up dreads because you'll see in a second, you can kind of, it looks like the leaves of a beetroot because the beetroot kind of has like a, on top it has yeah, you can see here like a very shapy tied up undercut with dreads. I just think it really suits the character, as well as obviously it represents the leaves, the top leaves of a beetroot, and I'm pretty proud of myself for that. So I'm going into clothes, so I want to give her a jacket, and I'm thinking, ooh, let's do a one of those smaller jackets. Like, you know those jackets that don't actually like work as jackets? With some studs on it, very much like 80s vibes. I'm actually inspired by Fat Beat, because of course I am, from Plants vs. Zombies, if you didn't know. I didn't give her that necklace. You know when you just sketch something? Or that nose ring. You know when you sketch something and you just don't add it to the final product because you just forget? Is that just me? But yeah, so I finished the sketch, and now I'm doing the line art. I'm using Jazz's brushes. He's got some great line art pens. I have retired the husband pen, sadly. I just wanted to get a cleaner line art, and I still really need to work on that. As you can see here, it's kind of just need to edit some of the shapes and proportions. It's always important to flip your art as a digital artist. I know it's very scary, but it's really easy to draw lopsided if you're only looking at it from one perspective, in my opinion. So I always like flipping the art every now and then just to see if I'm on the right track. So for detail, I'm not really adding too much because she's a very soft character. I'm keeping the lines minimal because, you know, she's a young and vibrant DJ. She's doing what she's doing, and she's not got any like wrinkles or anything like that. As well as, like, you know, she's just she has a kind face. So I really wanted to represent that with simplicity. So yeah, just going into the colors, I wanted to give her, I wanted to shade her skin with more red tones to kind of have that deep red. So obviously a base with a darker skin tone and then going over with some deep reds into the shading. But at the moment, I'm just doing base colors. After that, I'm doing her eyes. I had to come up with her eye color, and I went with like a lime green. But yeah, this is a very random video. I am very aware of that. I'm in college now, guys. It's great. I've had pot noodles for the past 3 days. It's living, guys. It's great. I do miss my mum's cooking. That is something I do. I never thought I would, but I do. So yeah, I've moved out of my home, and I'm just doing stuff, and I currently don't really have anything going on right now, so I'm drawing characters as vegetables. This is just what I do in my spare time. So if you want more of this, because there's a lot of vegetables, and I love drawing, and I'm just gonna upload what I want to from now on. I sort of got caught up in numbers with what I was doing before, and I felt trapped because I felt like I couldn't do anything else but the PvZ series, which I might go back to. I'll be honest, guys, I just lost interest because I like drawing people. I love faces. It's what I draw. And I remember uploading a video that wasn't the PvZ and it got like 12 views. I shouldn't have really let that affect me because it was just one video, but it really did, and I just sort of quit. But like that's no attitude. So I'm just gonna throw out videos, and if they do well, that's cool. But if they don't, I mean, I do enjoy filming, editing, recording, and sort of just, you know, doing these fun things. And whoever watches it, and maybe like one of these days, a video will blow up. I'm definitely putting a lot more effort into these videos. I don't know if you were there for the early days of what was originally the Pixel Panic, spelt wrong, YouTube channel. Crazy times that was. Playing games. So there was like 2 eras of the early Sam. There was like the era that's still up on my channel where I'm like 13 and like, hey guys, welcome to my gaming channel. And I'd play like Sonic fan games and be awful at them and not even finish levels. But God forbid you knew me before that. I played on my old like, it was like a Dell from like 2012 that could hardly run Minesweeper. And yeah, I was like 10, or maybe 11, 12. But the bad times. I'm glad I deleted all of those, although I kind of wish I didn't, because it would be very funny to look back on. But yeah, I'm doing well. As you can see here, I'm doing basic colors. As I said, I do change the hair color a little later on, but as you can see here, I'm starting with a base layer of like that red, just to get in some blush. It's very important to look up different like skin palettes and stuff. I don't take from them like directly, which is fine if you do, by the way. If you just like color drop the colors, like that's sort of what they're for. But I also just, it's nice to be able to really see that skin isn't just like a darker layer and a lighter layer. There's of course different layers to it. So as you can see, I'm going with a more reddy skin tone here. So of course we go for that shadow, and I just sort of blend it into places. And it's a really cool little like trick here of just sort of blending that in, and it makes everything look a lot deeper. And then what I do is I add another layer, which is my hard shadows. So as you can see here, in places where there's a lot of shadow, I kind of add a harder shadows, like, below where the nose dips down. I also do the lips, and then also like below the neck, the jawline. As you can see here, I also forgot to add lips. So I usually do a top layer of like defined lip, and then the bottom layer I usually just add a little bit of red to the skin tone on that like red layer, just to like sort of imply it. Because I'm not really a fan. Personally, I can't really pull off like fully defined and line art with the lips. But I am enjoying the way I do lips at the moment. I think it is something I could definitely look at more, because I've sort of been I've been sort of locked in a style recently. Like I haven't really been exploring. I'm trying to do it more. The main reason is because I've been like drawing a series. Fun fact, I've got a card game now. That's what I've been doing with my life. If you guys want to see it, and yeah, maybe I can like explain the rules to everyone, but that's sort of what I've been doing. And of course, every like character, the art for all of the characters has to be consistent. And I've been drawing that for months, so I couldn't really, what's the word, like explore. But now that I'm not really doing any series or anything, I can really maybe try do some more stuff. I mean, I am changing a few tiny things, like my brush, and I'm just sort of trying to up the quality of my art pieces, which I feel like I'm doing. Oh, what was that voice crack sound? God, you're 19, not 12.
Hey guys, it's me, Pixel Panic. I'm drawing characters today. Subscribe to my YouTube.
Yeah, no, sorry guys. No, I'm sorry about that. As you can see here, I'm shading the eyes. I'm trying to. It's very important to add some contrast, especially I like doing it with the eyes. So as you can see, as the skin is shaded with warm tones, I've shaded the. Is it pupil? No, it's not pupil. It's not iris either. The eyeball, I guess, with blues instead. So as you can see here, I'm sort of adding my little signature eyes, and I always think they look quite lovely, if I can say so myself. So that's the skin, eyes, teeth, all of that stuff. So now I get to go on to the hair, which of course is my favourite. So I just apply a base layer of shadows, and then I go into do shadowing. Of course she has dreads, so it's very important, and I'm actually really proud of studying dreadlocks and how they're shaded. Well, no, obviously not shaded, but like they have a lot of texture to them. So I really, like, you see I'm picking a thick brush, a thick hairbrush, and I'm just sort of very densely shading the edges of it. It does look a bit rough now, but once I add in the highlights, you'll see it really come together. So just sort of take the edges and sort of shake my brush very rapidly, like I'm a gooner, and just sort of highlight it. And then you'll see once I add the highlights, I've added the base highlight there, and I take a glow layer, and I just do the other side, and as you can see, it adds a lot of detail. Like if you're not like zooming in all the way, and if you take a little step back, it really does look very textured. Of course, I'm going to bring down the opacity. Of course, I forgot to add her little hair tie, so I added that. Then it just highlights that her hair isn't like super gelled and she's got it tied up, which I think looks really cool. And now I go on to the clothing, which is something I've also got to improve, and I think it's my weakest aspect. I know someone who wanted to be a fashion designer, and I really should ask them for advice, because if you know me, I'm not the best at drawing clothing, and I'll be honest, this isn't my best work. I sort of lose the line art, probably because obviously I did, because the jacket wasn't originally that colour, so obviously, that's why, I'm so dumb. The line art, obviously because I do coloured line art, the line art wasn't the right colour for that jacket, so you sort of just lose the line art. So yeah, I'm just doing shading and, what's it called? Shading and highlights, and then I'm also just going around and doing some mesh transformation to make sure that everything's okay. And I'm just finishing up the final bits of the actual drawing now. And that's everything. Of course not. I knew that I added some highlights, which did help. It added a little bit of texture. So I am getting better, but it's not amazing. Anyways, so this is the final what's it called? Image! Yes, that's what we're doing. We're doing images. Crazy. So, that was the video. I hope you enjoy, and if you did, just comment and subscribe, do the YouTube stuff, and tell me if you want me to continue with this, because, as I said before, there's a lot of vegetables. So, it's definitely something we can continue doing. If you like it, or if not, I can try something else. Anyways, no, I'm not doing the PVZ series. Bye.